someone to trust in, yeah. I needed something to get me through this life. Never saw you coming, and now we're just running, yeah. You make me feel nothing when we're driving through the night. And I've been looking all around at the places you and I were seeing so many different faces. We're just cruising right on through this life with the playlist, and everything is right. Never really thought I would make it. Found someone who I don't think I'll ever replace, and I'm empty in my heart, so you can just take it. I'm living my best life, and I feel so alive with you by my side. We can make a life. I've got nothing to hide. Driving so fast, every town pass. Never look back, we're good at that. Cause I feel so alive. Damn, you look good tonight. We're driving through rain, running through sun, and looking at planes. We're cruising through towns, moving all around, but you stay the same. We like to run away, we're ditching all our pain and living for today. We're driving so fast, wanna make it last, we'll do it our way. And I feel good at night, full moon the only light. You make me feel like I'm doing alright. I feel good inside, maybe a little high. You make me feel like everything will be alright. I feel so alive with you by my side. We can make a life. I've got nothing to hide. Driving so fast, every town pass. Never look back, we're good at that. Cause I feel so alive. Damn, you look good tonight. And I feel so alive with you by my side. We can make a life. I've got nothing to hide. Driving so fast, every town pass. Never look back, we're good at that. Cause I feel so alive. Damn, you look good tonight.
What's going on, guys? It's the FPL Penguin back again with another stream for you all. Hope you're all doing well. In today's stream, we're talking about Game Week 32 and also Game Week 31, and also got some guests with me. Hopefully, you can hear them this time. We've got Benji and Steffi. How you doing, chaps?
What's on?
Radio check. Everyone can hear me. Yes.
Yeah, it's moving the bar.
Oh,
They can
shut
hear
up,
you.
Stefan.
They can hear
Come on,
you.
Davey. Come on, Davey.
We got-
We need to stick together.
We've got a few people in the chat. We've got Sean, we've got Kobe, we've got a few more people. How you all doing, guys? And hope you're doing well. Do let me know, chat, who you're captaining. Anyone? Well, pretty much a no-brainer. Kane, Son for the double game week. But is anyone captaining a differential captain? Someone that's not a Kane or a Son this game week? Do let me know. And let me know how you guys got on in Game Week 31 too. And we'll get through your questions too if you got any questions. But straight away, Benji, Steffi, let's. Have you sent me your teams, or shall I go through mine first? I'll go through mine first.
Go for you.
I'll go through mine first. While we wait. So this is how I got on in Game Week 31. I got 43 points, -4 I took. I think I got a 50k red arrow, so it's nothing too major. I was expecting worse. I had Pope, Dyer, Cresswell, Stones, and Alioski. Absolute shite of a performance from that defence / goalkeeper. Midfield wise, got Son and Mount getting return. Same with Lingard too, and Jota captain, differential captain, just not doing it at all. But I tell you, Lingard once again doing absolutely well. He's on fine form since signing for West Ham on loan from Manchester United in was it January. Bamford and Kane blanking up front too, and that was my bench. Diaz and KDB on the bench with De Gea and Antonio, who got injured. So yeah, but despite it being poor, it wasn't that big of a red arrow. But yeah, we'll have a just while we wait for Steffi and Benji. We've got Steffi's team actually. We'll bring Steffi's team up. Let me just change the scene on the thing. Blah blah blah. But yeah, do you want to talk for your team, Steffi, as I get up on the screen? Do you want to let everyone know how you got on in the last game week?
Indeed, monsieur.
Do.
Last game week. Oh wait, did I supposed to send last game week's team?
Oh no, you can. It's
this
fine.
game
It's fine. You
week's
can talk about talk about how you got on.
I
last
mean,
game
my
week.
last game week's team. My week started so horrendous. I thought it was going to be the worst game week ever. You know, all of my defense just score, sorry, conceding that -8, and somehow Lacazette saved me. I took a punt on Lacazette as my captain, and 26 points from him. Beautiful. And somehow I was actually on the green arrow, so there's that. It was a quite stressful week. Let me see. I've actually forgot everything about my team. I was thinking that.
You've forgotten everything, Steph. Right?
Alright, let's...
It's just. But sorry.
No, go on, carry on, Steffi. Carry on, carry on.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Diaz Alonso. I took a -8 for Alonso. He didn't play. Aspi conceded. Sanchez from Brighton actually gave me a clean sheet. The least likely player. Alexander Arnold scoring. And yeah, so pretty much Lacazette saved me this week.
Cool, cool.
See, I think better horror story than you, Steffi.
Go on, Benji.
So now Benji's gonna show us his rank.
Yeah, true. I literally had Mount with the 6 points, and that was it. Everybody else had 2 points. Up until Sunday night when Arsenal played, because then Aubameyang didn't start. Now, Diaz didn't start either. I had Diaz, I had Aubameyang. They both didn't start. Luckily, what's on my bench? Stuart Dallas, Bamford, and then to top it off, Everton, DCL didn't play because he was injured, and Veltman came on for 6 points. I had 27 points off my bench, and I was on a 500k red arrow before Sunday night. And I've ended up positive by 10,000 places. So, yay! That's my.
I mean, that's it. At least you haven't got a red card, so there's that.
Oh yeah, true. I was honestly when the week started, I was like, this is going to be a horrible week. I bet I get a red card, and but I didn't know. Finally,
That's good, that's good. I think we also got Davey. How you doing, Davey?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
How did your week go last week, mate?
I got a bit lucky, I think, with not winning Lingard, but having Iheanacho, so that helped. Ended up with small green arrow from 166k to 157k. So, all moving in the right direction.
Cool, cool. We'll just bring on the screen now. We'll bring back Steffi's team to talk about how he got on in the how he's lined up, should we say, for the week ahead. This week coming, starting tonight, the deadline. So we'll bring your team back on the screen. Steffi, you want to talk about any changes you've made?
Yeah, I did a -8 as I said before we went live, and second -8 in the week in 2 weeks in a row. I don't usually take hits. In like 15 game weeks, I took like 3 hits, and now I've taken like 8 in the period in the last 3 game weeks. My goalkeeper situation wasn't ideal, but I had DCL, which was red flagged, and Neto, which is red flagged. So I have to sort of go with Martinez. I feel like he will do better when it comes to like bonus points and saves than Sanchez. Yeah. Alonso, I feel like Alonso will have to play. Chill will play 2 weeks game weeks in a row, and I feel like Brighton is a team where Alonso could have played. Captain Kane, I never look at effective ownership because effective ownership never hurt me that much. But I feel like this week is this game week where I have to captain Kane because his effective ownership. I feel like that's gonna. I think what's like the highest record for effective ownership? Because I feel like Kane will break that easily this week, given the triple captains.
Son's been the highest, hasn't he? Son, I think. Has Son been the highest, or was it Bruno?
I think it was Bruno had 150.
I think Kane's been the highest, I think, this season.
So he's gonna definitely break everyone's teams and ranks if you don't captain him. And the fixtures are also really good. And yeah, I'm on the -8, so I have to like protect that in some way. So yeah, and the -8 are for I Rage, I drunkenly just transferred out Saka when he got injured for the 56th time season. He got injured. I just kicked him out. I was just really pissed off for Jota. And yeah, Lingard's in and Iheanacho's in. So yeah, I'm all differentials at this point. I'm going all in.
Cool.
All in.
All in, and we'll just quickly have a little shimmy back to Benji's GameWeek 32 team. Benji, you want to talk to your team while I
Look,
bring
I
it?
make some role transfers. As you guys know, I don't care anymore, and so I've made some trolley transfers just to fuck about.
I thought you'd be
you
going
know.
for the highest scoring team of the week, Benji.
Yeah,
Instead.
like
Ooh.
made a trolley transfer. So I got all Brighton in. I got in Iheanacho, and I can't remember the other transfer. Kane. I brought in Kane.
Yeah, Kane's pretty much a no-brainer captain this game week, having a double game week, and just the most safest pick to go for. And but yeah, it's a nice team, and Brighton's interesting one, mate. Really is an interesting.
Well, yeah, that's the trolley transfer. Iheanacho and Kane were sort of like I'll just take that a little bit seriously. And then the All-Brighton one, I took out Aubameyang for All-Brighton because I'm fed up with Aubameyang, and I wasn't having fun with it, so I was just like, let's do a different fun pick. And I chose All-Brighton. He plays West Brom. He's actually got 3 assists in the last 3 games. You know, even him coming off the bench, he's done well. I just thought, screw it, just have fun. Let's just throw someone random in there that's like nobody owns. And I was just like, there you go. Sure.
Yeah.
And I just mentioned how did he even mention, like, he mentioned 50 reasons for Aubameyang, but he didn't mention that he's in the hospital right now. That was like the least important reason.
Yeah. But yeah, that's.
Yeah,
Go on.
You got to think, Steffi, right? I don't care anymore. So I'm not looking at any injury list or anything. I don't even know Aubameyang's in the hospital. Like,
He's
what?
got malaria.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I don't support Arsenal. I don't care about FPL anymore. So I'm not looking at. I'm just literally looking at the FPL. Who's injured, who isn't, and I'm just like, throw it in. This is a man who's lost everything in FPL and is just playing for fun now. So that's what you're gonna get from me.
Cool. Just play your own game, Benji, and just enjoy it. It's like with me as well. I just want it to end.
Enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it. This is the first time this year
Is it?
I'm enjoying FPL. Actually, I think it's hilarious. Last weekend, I had so much fun seeing Stuart Dallas score 2 goals against my team. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. Wow, Davey, what moves are you making? Feel free to send it on Discord if you want. I can bring it on Discord, your team. If you're driving.
I think I've DM'd you.
Let's have a look. Oh, on Discord. Oh, you have. Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah. I'll bring it up. But yeah,
I like the Saka pick, Benji.
it's interesting, that, yeah.
Well, I didn't even know he came off injured in that Arsenal game because that was the only game I missed because I had to go do something. So I didn't even know he got injured. So,
Let's bring it up. Right.
Yeah, I was fed up with him because he was doing nothing, mate. He played good, don't get me wrong. He was playing really nice, but like, FPL return-wise, he was just not doing it.
Right, Davey, we're just about to get your team on the screen, but please go through it. Let everyone know what any transfers you've done. Just go through your team, mate, and but yeah, what you doing this week?
So I'm kind of at a crossroads now on whether or not I want to be my boring usual self, or if I want to maybe take a punt or two this week.
Okay.
So my team is, I've got Martinez in goal. I've got Diaz, Rudiger, Dunk. I've brought in Jesse Lingard this week. I've got Salah, Bruno. I brought in Son. Got Kane captain, Iheanacho, and I'm playing Bamford. And I've got Rafinha, Phillips, and Pascal Stroik on the bench. So my transfers were KDB out and Gundogan out.
Cool. Yeah.
and I'm contemplating maybe taking a -4 or a -8 for either Cavani, Jota, Trent, or Lacazette. And that would be Bamford, Phillips, Rafinha out.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a nice team, and I know a lot of people, like myself, will get got Iniacho in. He's starting those games, and I think we're yet to see Iniacho and Madison start. Well, is it this season or something like that? Because since Madison's come back from his injury, we've only seen him benched. Madison, Iniacho still starting, and then I don't think even Madison was in the team last game week, was he? But I don't know
No.
what you think about Iniacho. Is he a good bandwagon to get on now for Leicester's fixtures? Last few fixtures, a nice bandwagon player, Davey.
His stats are unreal. Like he's hogging all the big chances. He's scoring goals. He's in form and he's cheap. So he's worth it, even for a -4. I think if you haven't got him, just do it. 'Cause, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to lose 6 million on him. Like it's nothing, especially with Leicester's fixtures.
Yeah, just gonna bring where are they? Bring the fixtures up, Leicester, and just look at them now. Who have we got? They got West Brom, Palace, Southampton, Newcastle. Then they got United, Chelsea, and Spurs. But I do like the next 4 fixtures. They look really,
I don't like the West Brom game. I think they'll lose that.
really
But I like the Crystal Palace, Southampton, Newcastle.
okay. So you think the West Brom's gonna be a tough one?
No, the thing is, for me, I can see patterns because all of the defenses are going to play Palace, Southampton, West Brom. Those defenses are so shaky in the last 3 game weeks. Like, Southampton can concede 5 from anyone at this point. West Brom are just being West Brom. Palace also.
West Brom have picked it up though. They're playing well. They're having a go, and they kind of have to.
Yeah, that's so true.
But they've not been bad in the last 4 or 5 game weeks. I think they're sitting like towards like the top end of like the middle of the pack type thing in terms of underlying stats for attack and defence. They're scoring goals. They're playing well, and Leicester's defence has not been great. Plus they might be knackered from the FA Cup semi-finals, whereas West Brom have got just Leicester to focus on.
Yeah, I do like it. I think it's good. I think some good players there. But and I think jumping on maybe Leicester. I mean, come to think of it, Davey, I do think West Brom could be a bit of a banana skin. Could be a tough game for Leicester. I don't think it's going to be a walkover. I don't think it's going to be like when Leicester destroys Sheffield United, obviously. I think Big Sam, you got some good players in Pereira. Johnston's a really good, relatively solid keeper for West Brom. They're not an easy team to get past, and it could be one of those tough games. I mean, hell, we've seen Leeds get the 3 points against Leicester at the King Power Stadium, so it's going to be interesting to see how West Brom do there. And maybe I think they'll score. I think West Brom will probably score. I think they'll
agree.
They'll get something. But Crystal Palace, Southampton, Newcastle especially, good games to target there if you want someone like Iniacho, maybe a Madison. I don't know what you guys think of Jamie Vardy. I know he's more expensive than Iniacho, but do you think he's one of those that a bit of a troll player? I mean, barring the price, do you think he's a bit of a he's a bit of a hit and miss player? He's one of them that's. What do you think, Benji, about Vardy?
Benji's out.
Oh, Benji, right, go Steffi. Steffi.
I don't know. Canacho's my choice. A, because he's like in a good form, and B, his ownership is really, really low, while Vardy is still at like a good 18-19% ownership. I feel like Vardy doesn't have to really. He's not like the sole striker with Kelechi in the starting lineup, so I feel like a lot of chances that he could have had are now taken by Hinacho, and Hinacho is using them quite nicely, as you can see by the goals and his stats. So, I mean, everyone would go for Vardy. They would go for safety and let's go Vardy, and I just can't justify the price. I had Vardy once this season, and he wasn't a free hit. And yeah, I feel like Kelechi could be a better choice than Vardy. And yeah, this season he is a hit and miss. So I feel like next season his price could drop by like 2.5 million easily.
But yeah,
For me, it's a wait and see when James Madison comes back, because I think Madison unlocks Vardy's potential a bit more.
yeah,
Definitely.
they're missing Barnes, aren't they? So that's just the
I
flair.
don't think
of
Barnes will be back anytime soon.
No, it's a shame that. It's a shame. It's they were doing so well together, Barnes and Madison. I remember having them just before they got both got injured, and they were just doing so well. They link up well, and they really just get that attack going and flowing, and it's just so much flair in that Leicester when they're both playing. But yeah, about Leicester, yeah. So we'll just bring up my team now. So we've done everyone's team. Hopefully, maybe we'll hear from John, FPL Spartan, maybe JBT. Hopefully, if you want to pop in, guys, if you're still watching through the live stream, you're more than welcome to pop in. If you are, please do send us your team as well through Twitter, and we go through them as well. But the sound lineup, I'm doing a -4. He probably won't start. You know, it's all about Dean Henderson, but I'm starting De Gea. It's either him or Pope. But I mean, Pope's injured, isn't he? So it says right there, so he's injured. So if De Gea doesn't start, he doesn't start, but I hope he does. Back three: Stones, Diaz, and I've got Dyer, as Bruno likes to call him, Diabolical. I'm just not so sure how he's going to do if he's going to even start one. I mean, Everton, Southampton, because I believe which game did he start? Did he start last game week? Which one was it? Yeah, he started against Manchester United in that 3-1 loss. But I hope he does start at least one of those games. It would be nice. If he does, he'll probably concede. Then in the 5-man midfield, I've got Jota, Salah, Lingard, Mount, and Son. And up front, I've got Iniacho and Captain Kane. The transfers that I've done, brought in Mo Salah and I brought in Iniacho. I've taken out Bamford and KDB. They're the two I've taken out, and just thought to myself, let's see what happens. I'm hoping this week's better. The fixtures look, favourable for these players. So I'm just going to see what happens, not take it so seriously. I did these transfers, believe it or not, the day after. I did it Monday. I think I did them Monday this week, and I just thought to myself, no overthinking, just do it. I'm just playing for fun now. If they get injured and I'm unlucky like that through Champions League or Europa League, then that's on me. But thank God, team looks fine. So that's what I'm going for. That's my team going into the game week. Well, starting tonight deadline. But yeah, I just want to say hello to a few people. We've got John. John, how you doing? He's in voice chat. How you doing, John? Making your debut. How you doing, mate?
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you, mate. You're a bit quiet.
I missed the Champions League deadline yesterday.
Oh, Champions.
Oh, yeah. I happened to get to a friend's just before it.
Oh.
I forgot all about it.
Oh. So.
I've made my transfers early this week.
Have you?
Annie out and Phillips in.
Wow. Well, the Phillips and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's
Just frees up some money.
Yeah. Benji just saying, sorry lads, got to head off. Got problems with work. No worries, Benji. But thanks for tuning in, mate. Good to get for your team as well. But yeah, so you're doing those moves, John. You're more than welcome to send me your team. I don't know if you've.
I'm on Xbox. I'm not on my laptop now.
Oh, no worries. But who are you captaining? Are you going for Kane? Safer?
Kane.
Yeah, Kane.
Everybody will be captain Cave, give or take. I think anyway, but some folk will try and go a wee bit different. Maybe Son.
Yeah, I think because last time out when Son played Spurs, it was 5-2 Spurs, 4 goals for Son. Don't get me wrong, I was tempted myself to captain Son, but I just thought to myself, Kane's going to be the most popular pick this week, and I just thought there's something about Kane captain this week that's really I've got to go for it, because I mean if he hauls big and I don't captain him, I'm just going to see a huge red arrow, definitely.
And Andy's a penalty taker, which is always a handy thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just say hello to a few people in chat. Davey's saying phone call. No worries, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing okay. Kobe, we've got Dylan as well, JBT. How long going on for? Yeah, jump on later, mate. Probably probably just finish just after 5 o'clock. So jump in anytime leading up to then, and be cool. Fadzi as saying, already got Aniacho, Vardy in, or Lucas Moura in. Well, we'll do some questions. We the last time we didn't get through many of your questions. We had a lot of guests on. But we'll go for your question, mate. Already got Aniacho, Vardy in, or Lucas Moura in. We'll start with you, John. You're making your debut. What do you think? Do you think you should bring in Vardy or probably Lucas Moura? Because I've seen a few people in this community thinking of bringing Lucas Moura in. What's your thoughts on Lucas Moura, John?
For this week, possibly. Because you'll get Iniacho up front anyway, so. And he's been looking the best out of him and Vardy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cheaper and he just looks more like he's going to get
lively.
A goal. Yeah, lively. What do you think, Steffi, if you're still there? He's already got Iniacho. Is Vardy in or Lucas Moura in? He's not looking to do a transfer to get rid of it Iniacho. He's just saying, should you bring in Vardy or Lucas Moura in? What are your thoughts, Steffi?
More like the safer option. Because Lucas Moura, he hasn't played this season that much. His sample size is quite, tricky, because if you look at the numbers are not good, and when you look at the minutes are even worse. So yeah, I would go Vardy. If you don't have to save money, just go for Vardy, because I don't see Lucas Moura. He could play, but I just don't see him doing anything like spectacular or even having some returns. I mean, if you want to, this is a part of the season where I'm not really looking at stats anymore. It's what I see, and so how I feel about the players. That's why I brought in Henacho. That's why I brought in Lingard. I don't care about him scoring 8 goals in 9 games. I just see him playing really good. So I haven't seen. I mean, no one has seen Lucas Moura playing, and he wasn't playing that good when he played. So it really is up to you. I would choose Vardy, but I don't want to be like the final say on your decision.
But do you think like Lucas Moura could be a nice, differential, going into, the Everton Southampton fixtures, I know everyone's talking about Son, Kane. Nobody's really talking about Bale anymore. But Lucas Moura maybe a nice, differential, John, going into this double game week if somebody doesn't have Son.
I think it separates some taste, so you've got 2 players in the same team up front.
Well, we just have a look more.
Vardy's a cracking striker, but
yeah,
I'd just say that's one game.
He's just such a troll player, Vardy, and Iniacho's, a bit more better to go for. Let's look, what's everyone saying? Dylan's saying Dallas was 3rd on my bench last game week. 1st and 2nd came off, but Dallas didn't. I don't know if you two are Dallas owners. John, Steffi, did you have
second on my bench?
And did he come on? Did he come off the bench or for you?
No.
Oh.
No.
What about you, Steffi? Did you have Dallas?
I got Song off the bench, but.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, you had Son. Did Son do anything in the last game week?
Yeah, you get 7 points.
Oh yeah, he did.
A goal against Man United, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Steffi, did you were you a Dallas owner? Huh?
I mean, before last game, I had 3 assets. Dallas after the rest, all of them out. Yeah, to be honest, I was a bit pissed because I was like, nah, that was like 20 points, but I didn't really feel bad because I can't really blame myself. And anyone who kicked Dallas out, I'm not really mad. I'm not really even bothered about it. But I mean, I think I fared better than people who had him like 3rd bench, because I knew I would never have those points to those people who had him on the bench.
Maura's played the last 4 or 5 games too.
That's it? Alright.
The thing is with Moura, I feel like that could be a Bale part 2. He came against Burnley, he scores 2-3 goals, everyone goes mad, and then suddenly he just says that he's staying at Spurs for 1 more year only. It could be the same situation, so that's why I would never even think.
Steffi? So
Nope.
Oh no, there you're just breaking up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just have a look at a few more people, and we'll get through your questions. If you have any questions, guys, please do fire them away. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Hey Penguin, get this from Kobe. Game week without Kane should be fun. Oh my god. And Jamo saying, afternoon everyone, ready for game week 32. Hope you're doing well, Jamo. Welcome, and thanks for tuning in. And Jamo's saying this is his team. Martinez, Arnold, Stones, Shaw, Jota, Lingard, Son, Bruno, Bamford, Kane, Nacho, 5.6 million in the bank with bench, Pope, Dallas, Rafinha, and Target. That's a nice team, mate. You've got Kane there, you've got Son, you've got Bruno. I think Bruno was one of those I was heavily considering bringing in, but I brought in Salah instead. I just feel, that Leeds defence looks, shaky. I'm not feeling that confident going the game. I take every team seriously, even if they're like Sheffield United, but I still think it's going to be a tough game. 4-3 last time out to Liverpool, but I went with Salah instead. Just hoping, as a Liverpool fan, maybe there's a good lot of goals in that game. I don't know if it'll be a 4-3 like last time, but it's been a funny old season. There's been a lot of goals, a lot of thrillers, but we'll see how it goes. I just brought up for anyone wanting to know, we've got the price change predictor. We've got Iniacho going up in price. We've got Lingard, Kane, Lacazette. Now Lacazette, he's a nice one. Going into a lot of people talking about him going into this game week. They got Fulham. I still think it's going to be a tough game. I think they beat them last time out. Was it 3-0 in the first game week of the season, and Arsenal won 3-0. But I think Lacazette is a nice one. I think he scored against Slavia, in the Europa League the other night. But yeah, you got players like Dallas looking going up, Lucas Moura going up, Johnston as well. And but those, just let you know, those are the players that are going up. And but yeah,
What about Phillips? Did he go up?
is Phillips? I'm not too sure. I'll just have a look if Phillips. But he's a lovely one. I'll tell you something. If he becomes him and Van Dijk, for next season, I think he'd be a lovely one to have him and if him and Van Dijk are Liverpool's new partnership next season. But I think he'd be a 4.5 next season. I think FPL will grasp.
More expensive.
I think FPL will grasp onto it. Just check if Phillips, how much he is. He's 4.1, so it looks like he's gone up. He's I don't know if it was last game week or it was this game week. Just have a look. Yeah, it looks like he's gone up this game week, Phillips, to 4.1. He was 4 million exactly in the last game week, but he's 4.1 now, Phillips. And he looks like a nice gem. He's getting the games for Liverpool. He looks decent for us. He's filling, big boots with Van Dijk and Gomez out. He's getting the minutes. He's not got any returns, but, very, very cheap. Very, very cheap defender, and he's playing for Liverpool, and he's getting the game. So he's a nice one to go for if anyone out there is considering. But, our defence is a bit 50-50 at the minute still. Nothing special. But yeah, so let's see if there's anyone else. So Jamo's saying total balance 109.1. Every price rise helps. I think mine's only 103 point something. Dylan's saying I've done KDB to Son already. Should I take a -4 for Cresswell to Trent or McCarthy to Lloris? Because my other goalkeeper Martinez has bad fixtures. I don't know what you think. Steffi, are you still there? I think Steffi's.
Well, am I breaking up again?
No, you're right now.
I'll
You're right now. I can hear you clearly. Steffi. Oh.
I'm not keen on Cresswell. Give me a sec.
I mean, Villa's fixtures, they've only got City, then they've got West Brom, Everton, Man United, Crystal Palace, Spurs and Chelsea. I think Martinez is still good for some of these fixtures because he gets some save points. He proves to be a solid keeper, he's one of those keepers that can be a set and forget for the season. So I don't feel he's a bad one to have for the run-in, to be honest with you. I think he's...
Even when Aston Villa get beat, he still gets like 4 points and that. It's handy.
I don't think it's worth it taking a -4 because it's a known thing in FPL. Like, wouldn't recommend taking a -4 for a defender or a goalkeeper, for instance. It just seems a waste because a clean sheet. If you get a clean sheet and they play 6 points, depends if they get bonus 1, 2, or 3 added on. Save points. I don't see it worth it, Dylan. In my opinion, I don't know what you think, John. Do you think it's worth taking? Do you think for Dylan it's worth taking a -4 for a Cresswell to Trent or McCarthy to Lloris?
I'm not sure about the Creswell to Trent. I would keep Martinez one, but the -4 to Creswell. I've got Creswell and he's injured, so I'm going to wait till next week to decide about him.
What do you think, Steffi? You think it's worth it? Or...
You know what? When it comes to goalkeeper -4s, and the thing is, if you take a -4 for a goalkeeper or a -4 for a player, at the end of the day, whatever you do, that -4 counts. So it's not going to help you if you take a -4. If you use your free transfer for goalkeeper and then take a -4 on midfielder, the -4 is there and there. I'm personally not the person. Right now, I'm in the same situation with Martinez. For me, I'm just gonna keep him. This game week he's playing against City, whatever. Next week he's playing against West Brom, if I'm right. So that's a good fixture to try to keep him in. So I'm not in a rush. I wouldn't be in a rush to get out your goalkeeper. At least for this game week and the next game week, you don't really have to do it. So for me, it's not worth it because you have a good fixture coming up. So.
We've got Davey
That
back
crystal
in.
clear.
Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear. Davey, you're back in. How you doing? You all right now? All good. Oh.
Yeah, everyone's fine now.
Well,
Wouldn't take a hit to get rid of Martinez. He's the best keeper in the
Yeah.
game. He's probably going to break Pope's record of being the highest scoring player or goalkeeper ever in the game.
yeah,
He only needs to average, I think, 3 points a game or 4 points a game now to break the record set by Pope.
I'll
I
just
think
bring
he'll do
up
it,
now.
especially like after this week. You've got 3 nice fixtures.
Yeah, to me, it's just a set and forget. Like I said earlier, he picks up them save points. He's just absolute beast in goal, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Martinez is just a lovely keeper. Just gonna bring him now. His stats. I mean, save wise, you've seen him average wise pick up about 5-6 saves per game. He's nearly enough getting 2 save points per game. Looking at his last couple of games, I mean, like all his games, should we say, since game week 1, he gets an average of six saves, like 2 save points per game. So he's just been such a good keeper, like class signing for Villa.
He's
What,
the
John?
best keeper I've ever had in FPL at the moment. Get more points than anybody else.
He's done.
Especially when he has save points.
He's done very, 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 very well for the Villa. He really has. What's everyone saying? John was saying, I still have bench boost left. Going to save it for decent Leeds week, maybe week 34, 36, 38. I don't know if we're going to be expecting any more double game weeks. Have you chaps heard of any more double game weeks or any blank game weeks? Anything from Ben Krellin, John, Steffi, Davey? Have you know anything? I don't know.
Yeah, 37 I think is potentially going to be a double. Like 35, 36, and 37 are going to be like the blanks and the doubles. Don't know what order they'll be in terms of doubles or blanks, but that's what it's looking like for home fans. I like to leave a chip to the last game of the season, or near enough the last game of the season. I always like to do that.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no the work idea keeping the bench boost for 38.
What chips do you have left, Davey? Do you have any chips left?
I've got the triple captain chip left.
Use at the right moment. Are you not tempted to use it on Kane this week, or do you not think it's?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like I'm not. That's not me just being like I'm overthinking it or not. It's just I wrote down on a piece of paper months ago and stuffed it in my wallet that says triple captain game week 37, 38. No ifs, no buts, no coconuts. I'm just gonna stick to that. I think.
Wow. Just have a look at Ben Krellin's tweet, see if we can see anything from the man himself. Yeah, let's just see what everyone else is saying while we're going along. John's saying Cresswell injured.
It was Dylan who was asking.
Oh yeah, Cresswell, Rafinha fit. John was saying nope. Then John's saying Cresswell injured. Ronan saying GameWeek 35 rumoured to be a double. Ben said so. That's from Ronan. That's gonna be interesting, isn't it? That's
I think it just depends on which teams have home games and which way they split it.
hang on. Let me just.
Do you get me? Because they'll move fixtures from 36 into 35 and 37.
Yeah. Let me just bring it up. I mean, in Game Week 35, just bring it up here. Arsenal have West Brom, Villa have Man United, Brighton have Wolves. We'll talk about the key ones, the key games. We'll talk about, well, I mean, Arsenal v West Brom's a key game. Would you say Villa and Manchester United is a key game? Everton versus West Ham, you've also got there too. Leeds versus Spurs. What says there? Leicester versus Newcastle's there. Liverpool versus Southampton. City versus Chelsea. United versus Villa. Spurs versus Leeds, like I said. West Ham, Everton. Just fixtures like that. But at the moment, they're a single game week. So just probably if that is the case, if Ben said so.
It might not even be a double, I think Ben was saying, because they might just move the FPL deadlines.
Yeah.
Just to suit it, so they might just do that, which means there won't be any doubles or blanks.
Just checking. Yeah. It's probably the
Half
case.
the plan. You don't know what's going to happen.
What's he saying? As he's saying, I see people going Bowen over Lingard. Do you think people are doing this because they're chasing points, chasing rank? What do you think, guys? Well, Lingard, I think he's nearly 30% picked. You know, he's been, like I said earlier in the stream, fantastic for them. Great loan signing. But do you think people are bringing him now? Probably, you know, chasing points. I've had Lingard for about 5 game weeks now. I've got him on him, you know, reasonably early. He's been a fantastic signing. I don't know about you guys, John. Do you think Lingard will probably stay at West Ham next season? Do you think he'll sign a permanent deal? Do you think United will let go of him to Man United? Do you think?
United just loaned him out to try and get his price up. Probably next season West Ham will not be able to afford him. That's why they never had a buy clause.
What do you think, Davey, about Lingard? Do you think he'll be a West Ham player again next season, or do you think United will make it hard for teams to try and purchase him in the summer?
I think it'll come down to Lingard himself, to be honest. But like, I don't think he'll be at United. I think he'll leave. I really do think he'll leave. I think there was a rumour or something like that said, like in Sky Sports, that he's told United that he doesn't want to stay. I'd like him to stay at West Ham. I think West Ham are a good team. You can't underestimate like David Moyes. He's been with Lingard before. He is a very good manager. I think he gets the best out of him. And I think it comes down to like the players' happiness. And you can see that he's happy at West Ham. So if he only wants to go to West Ham, United won't get anything for him, because they only have one team to negotiate with, and that's West Ham.
What do you think, Steffi? Lingard?
For him to go back to United, or was that the main question?
Yeah. Do you think? Well, do you think Manchester United will, you know, keep him, or do you think West Ham will, you know, try and get him on a permanent deal?
I mean, West Ham would definitely go for him. I don't think that's even a question. West Ham will definitely go for him. But the thing is, it's about him to decide, you know, is United a healthy enough environment for him to stay? Because we're playing for United, you get that sort of pressure, unhealthy pressure, where, you know, it's not really a supportive environment. While West Ham, I feel like they would cherish him even more, and I feel like he feels more comfortable in the style how West Ham plays. So it's really up to him, you know. He could feel that, okay, if I keep this up, I could shine again for United. So I just I'm really intrigued to see how he really treats that. Where will he go? Because imagine if he actually just went back to United and Ola just starts benching him. And I just don't know if he would fit in an Ola.
Yeah, I mean they've already got Bruno in that cam role. They've got Rashford on the left. I mean, who plays on the right side of the United line? Is it Greenwood? Yeah, it's Greenwood. So Lingard's going to be that rotational player. He's not he's not going to be nailed on if he does stay at Manchester United next season. I think he's just better staying at West Ham. The lad's thriving at the Hammers. You know, he's getting the starts. He's loving life. He seems to enjoying his time there. And why would he want to go back to Manchester United just to be, you know, more than likely to be on the bench again, just be a bench warmer and hardly get the minutes? And you know, he's you know, reigniting his career again. You know, being at West Ham and probably getting to the England squad too. You know, the stupid move for what he would be doing is to stay at Manchester United in the summer. He needs to.
If West Ham make it into the top 4, then I could see him definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think of John? What do you think of like possibility? Because I don't know how long. I don't know the contract details about how long is the loan. But could you see United maybe just giving Lingard one more season on loan and then deciding in 2022, 23 what they're gonna do with him?
United need money. They'll be trying to get rid of players there.
I think his contract expires in 2022 because they extended it. But you've also got to consider that there's a World Cup 2022 as well, I'm pretty sure. I think he'll want to be part of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either United are gonna cash out or they're gonna try to keep him. I just don't really see him playing for United next season.
Well, West Ham, I think, can afford them. They paid big fees for players before. I mean, they paid, 40 million for a boy that they sold to Ajax. I forget his name.
Valerie, yeah.
Right.
Oh, hello, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Felipe Anderson, I think they paid big money for as well.
The reason why I think they're gonna keep him because Abraham is been really linked, even though I don't like it. But I think Abraham's been really linked to West Ham, so Lingard could easily fit in those plans, you know. Because West Ham maybe want a striker that's a bit more stronger than Antonio in a sense that Antonio doesn't get injured every 2 game weeks. So I feel like if that's sort of like a plan to really make that front three really strong.
If you want to make up rank, I would, a cheeky wee punt, I would double up on Lingard and Bowen, especially for those last 4 fixtures for the run-in. Like after this week, having Lingard and Bowen would be a nice wee differential.
Yeah.
What's Bowen's ownership?
Bowen, I think it's like 1% or something like that. It's really low.
I mean, West Ham have got some nice fixtures. Boy, they got Newcastle. Chelsea's going to be an interesting one, but we've seen them do over Spurs. I know, but Chelsea's going to be tough. Obviously, I know you're a Chelsea fan. Well, both you, Davey and Steffi, and but yeah, you know, just quickly talk about Chelsea. We'll start with Davey. You know, Tuchel, how I pronounce it. That you know who I mean. I mean, what do you think, Davey, of how he's done, the Chelsea manager? You know, do you think he's, you know, definitely the right man next year or two? You know, you impressed with him so far? I know he's done great for Chelsea so far. He's done very, very well. What's?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's done better than what people expected, and what was I going to say?
Yeah, he's done well. So I just want
Yeah, I
to.
think there's still a lot of hurt feelings with Lampard and stuff like that because he's a Chelsea legend and all that. But like, he's a name that can command. Like Tuchel can control that dressing room a bit more.
You need
'cause he has one.
experience. You needed experience, and
Yeah, he's got experience at that top level, which Lampard doesn't have.
I was completely quite opposite when it came to that when Tuchel arrived, because Tuchel is a manager that was really known for. I mean, look at his job at mine, PSG. He lost the dressing room because, let's say, 1 year into like his job at every single club, he got into the fight with quite a lot of players. And I wasn't really sad for Lampard in going because I was like, we all, I mean, proper fans, like with common sense fans, they knew, okay, Lampard's not working. Clearly, he's not working. We have to move on.
and I'm saying not even legend or the manager, no one's bigger than the club. And when he appointed him, I was skeptical, not because of Lampard and feeling really bad for Lampard, just for that, because if the dressing room was really bad and they brought him a manager, I was like, oh, is this gonna work? But he actually did completely the opposite. Therefore, he actually really strengthened the dressing room. He's playing really good. The defense is good. The attack, okay, it's debatable, but we're getting there somewhat. So yeah, he did an amazing job. And if he could do this for the next season, I could see him being like for longer term here.
But yeah, just West Ham's fixtures you can see on the screen. But someone like Lingard, you know, he's absolutely on fire. I think, you know, he's just such a good player, really is. We're going to look at some more people now. We've got TC. He said, first time watching you, swerve my question, Penguin. Oh, sorry about that, mate. I just getting loads of questions through, mate. So it's just I've just completely went past it. But we'll go back to it now. I can see it now. Would you take a -12 for Areola, KDB, James Ward-Prowse, and Richarlison out? Lloris, Son, Lingard, Iniacho in. Overall rank 6k. Using my triple captain chip, Kane. This week. That sounds a bit. But yeah, just to look at your question from TC. A -12. It's a very bold that. Big hits. I don't know what you guys think, Davey. If it's in...
I think he's basically taking a -12 and then using the triple captainship to try and cover the hit.
What do you think?
That's effectively what I'm gathering he's doing. I don't like doing it for the goalkeeper, so it kind of leaves you short in 33. I like the Son, Lingard, Iheanacho. Wouldn't do a goalkeeper unless it's necessary. I know Areola doesn't play, so it just depends. But I wouldn't go Reece. It's not the worst. Like I've seen people do it before and it comes off.
I just think -12 is quite a bold one to go for. You know, I know he's triple captain, like you said, Kane. But if it was a -8, I would have probably said yeah. I just think it's.
Yeah,
quite,
I agree with the -8. -8 is probably the limit.
-8 would be better, TC, but -12's kind of pushing
Like, a
it.
-12's like you're basically taking a hit for what, a fifth of your game week score, near enough on average for the average game score.
Really depends
You're-
like on the ceiling
starting-
of
you're starting off.
how many points can the player get. When the goalkeeper, when you look at the ceiling of a goalkeeper, you can't really get more than, even if he saved a penalty and a clean sheet, that's no more than 10 points, right? 12 points. So yeah, I wouldn't go for -12 if the goalkeeper was included.
What do you think, John?
Simply no.
Yeah, yeah, I just seen it now. Yeah.
The most effective answer.
No.
My marks I go as a -8. That's it.
Yeah, -8 would be
starting
better. -12's just pushing it. You know, that was.
A -8 is pushing it for me.
Is it?
I don't usually go many -8s.
No, I don't. I hate doing -8s. I only have done average -4s this season. Yeah, this is a good one. But we need to know, mate. The guy who just said it's the best replacement for Neto. But you just let us know what your team is, and we can help you out a bit further. Depends who you've got in your team. But do let us know who you've got in your team already. I don't know if you've. No, you haven't. But please do send us your team and in the chat, and be more than happy to help you with a Neto replacement. What's someone saying? Dylan's saying, what do you think? What do you think Martinez, Lingard, and Trent's prices be next season? You know, 3 players that we'll talk about Trent, for instance, because he's not been the greatest. You know, he's been that good. You know, last few seasons. You know, Steffi. I know I'm a Liverpool fan, but we'll go through the guests first. Steffi, what do you think of Trent's price next season? Do you think it's going to be lower than it is now? Do you think they'll put it down a bit, probably in the 6s?
It depends like on the injuries, if everyone comes back. Depends how he plays like for the rest of the season, really. If he could have like a complete sheet, more goals, more assists, honestly, I don't think his price will go down at all.
Okay.
I agree. I think he'll be the highest scoring defender between now and the end of the season, probably. I reckon his price will stay the same.
I
Unless
just,
they like recategorise that whole.
he's just been so disappointing this season. I mean, for that price as well. I mean, it's I don't know if it's more disappointing than Aubameyang with his price when everyone was at the game week 1 was trying to jump on Aubameyang at the start of the season. That was something. But I mean, there's been a few players, you know, a lot of letdowns, you know, all hyped up. You know, Aubameyang, Trent. I don't know if you guys can think of any more that have been letdowns this season. You know, big prices. You know, play. Who's that, Davey?
Sterling.
Oh yeah, Sterling. I mean, he's been. It's been one of them. I mean, I wouldn't really say KDB because I know he's had his injuries, but I mean, he's not been as. You know, he usually gets more assists right about now, but he has his injuries. He's had his. You know, he's not been. You know, on those players.
I think
but,
Martial's a big one as well.
yeah, Martial too. I don't know if he'll be at Man United next season. I don't know what you think. John, are you a Manchester United fan? Did you say?
Yeah.
What do you think about Martial? Do you think he's
Martial, the
future?
the Huffy Frenchman.
Yeah.
He'll probably still be there.
Okay.
I think he'll remain.
Lingard's an interesting one for price wise because I don't know how much is he at minute 6. Is he hit 6 million? Because I know he was quite.
It's 6.5 at the moment.
Do you guys think he'll go up quite a bit, or do you think he'll probably be a let's have a look at him quickly. What do you think, Davey? We'll go to you about Lingard. Do you think he'll be? Do you think FPL will shoot his price right up next season?
Yeah, it'll go up. I don't think. Like, I think the most FPL's put a player up is 2 million, the initial price. Or maybe I could be wrong there. I think it'll be 2 or 3 million at most. Like the increased price. I think it'll be around about 7.5.
I mean, he's 6.5 at the minute. I'm gonna say 7.5 next season. Is that reasonable? Do you think that's reasonable? I think that's.
I think it'll be in that price.
I'd say that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a reasonable price tag for him. I mean, I think if he stays at West Ham, I think he'll be that price because you know everybody will probably be jumping on him, on how good of a player he's been. You know, even in tough fixtures for West Ham, he's done particularly well. He's done, you know, I think he scored against Spurs, like I said. Just have a look at his fixtures. Have a little scroll down. I think he did something. He did
If you don't have him, buy him.
He got an assist against Man City. You know, he. What else did he do? He got a goal and an assist against Arsenal, so he's more than capable, you know, for West Ham to score against the, you know, the top teams, you know, City, Spurs, Arsenal, you know. So I think, you know, FPL will probably be boosting his price tag another million and a bit, million and a half maybe next season. But we love a good challenge. We love a good challenge going into making our teams. What's everyone else saying? Denver, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Jay Ling's price rising. If he goes to Euros, he'll be worth 35 million and up. What's everyone saying? TC saying I have Martinez at 33. But yeah, John replying to Jamo. But yeah, we've I don't know who everyone's captaining. Any new people in the chat? Let me know who you're captaining. Anyone barring Kane or Son? Anyone doing a Lacazette? Do let us know. What's everyone saying? So yeah, I think that's it. Any thoughts, guys? Any questions you want to ask around? John, anything you want to ask us or ask the chat? Anything you want to talk about? Going next few game weeks to running.
I'm okay.
You good?
I'm okay. I need to wait and see what they're like.
Steffi, do you want to get anything off your chest or anything or?
No, the damage is already done. The minus, the hit already taken. I can just guys can counter me if you want to. But besides that, I think I'm set for this week.
What about you, Davey? Anything?
I could probably be talked into a hit, to be honest.
Are you probably gonna hold on to that triple captain? I don't mean to, you know. That triple captain. It's a tough one, but you do your game.
I think I'm probably gonna hold it. One thing, having Kane over 200% effective ownership is just crazy. So it basically means you want Kane to blank in a double game week, unless you're playing for me. weeks.
I mean, even the blank is gonna hurt. Given the amount of triple captains, even 6 points from him are gonna hurt me so badly.
Yeah,
Only if he's over
I think
200%.
I
Only
think
if he's under 200%, then we're fine. I think he's what was his highest? 160%, 170% effective ownership in the blank game week.
Something like that.
I mean,
So he's going to be over 200 because
I'm
enough
just,
people have that.
I'm just
captain.
really intrigued to see how the amount of triple captains has an affect the effective ownership. Captains are not that important for me this week. The triple captains are gonna make they're gonna make the dynamic.
Yeah, I might do Bamford to Cavani just to sort of
it's
counterbalance it a little bit in terms of like who's more likely outside of Kane and Son, who's going to get a double figure haul this week, realistically, that has the potential to.
Hopefully, every single one of my one players.
Everyone you own, eh?
you know, I think Lacazette might be
Every
up there.
player can get it.
You know, Lacazette,
Yeah,
differential.
Lacazette.
Bruno Fernandes,
Lacazette.
midfielder. The Leeds Liverpool game is going to be interesting, like I was talking about. I mean, is that going to be? I think it's going to be like 4-3 again, like it was in game week 1. But I think, you know, be good if you had like players like Salah or Jota going into this game. No, that's going to be interesting because I think both sides' defenses are, you know, relatively, you know, shaky. Both can score goals, so I think this is going to be. I don't think it's going to be 0-0. I don't think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to have like at least a minimum 3 goals. I think it's going to be a game that's going to have quite a few goals in it. I don't think it's going to be like as big as the 4-3 or anything near that. I think it'd probably be, if I had to say how high it could go 3-2. I say Liverpool 3-2. I think Leeds could really go at us. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. You've got Chelsea Brighton. Don't really.
That's going to be 0-0.
Yeah,
That's got 0-0.
yeah,
Like, we can't score. Brighton are good defensively away. We'll be knackered for the FA Cup semi-final.
That's why I have a double Chelsea. And I expect
That's got 0-0 written all over it.
I've got a question for you both, being Chelsea fans. You know, Timo Werner, you know, you're going to obviously be honest here, but you know, he's been a flop. He's been a flop this season. I mean, where do you see him? You know, next season, do you think the manager's gonna, you know, keep him, you know, sell him, or do you think he's gonna keep him and try and get Werner's confidence back? You know, Timo Werner's got the Euros. Maybe he'll get his confidence back in that. Davey, you know, what do you think of Werner? Do you think he's still got a future at Chelsea? Do you think he could turn things around, come back after the Euros and go into the new season?
I reckon he'll leave.
Do you think so?
Who? Werner?
Yeah, I reckon he'll leave.
No way, mate. He's staying. Werner is a beast of a. I know he's been a flop this season. I'm not even going to deny it, but man, he's an amazing player, and that's why I feel like next season he was a bad form, and then a new manager came and he played him. He still probably hasn't found his like proper position and proper formation, but he's too good of a player.
I don't think he suits the formation. I don't think he suits the system. I think if he has a good Euros and if we can recoup more or the same money that we bought him for, which was like 45 million, reinvest that in another striker, maybe Haaland, because I think.
The thing is, we're not gonna find a striker like that money. I don't think people realize that you can't find a striker like him for that money. And even if we sell him, and that's gonna prove so true.
I think he's a good make weight for Haaland.
I'm not keen. Haaland's not gonna come in. I mean, even if he does, then fine. I would be rather happy if Haaland comes in than Tammy can go. If we don't get Haaland in, I just don't see why we're not like in the place to sell out strikers.
Like, we've been here with Chelsea strikers before. Like, I can probably list on my hand the number of strikers that Chelsea have bought, have come in and done well. Considering, like, you've got Drogba, you've got Costa, Hasselbank, good Johnson, Zola.
Yeah, but if we talk about one in particular who didn't do so well, Fernando Torres.
He did well in Europe. He did really well in Europe.
And he won the Champions League, fair enough.
In the league, he was rubbish.
But yeah, it's things like that. Just like, you know, some make it, some don't.
There is a curse for Chelsea.
That's what they say. Yeah, I don't know about
Everybody
Timo
that comes
Werner.
in has to
You know, he just like you say, he can't seem to. They can't seem to get him in the right. What is, that chemistry or that tactics wise, he can't seem to gel, should we say, Timo Werner in that Chelsea team, but the players around him. It's like I said with Frank Lampard in the last stream. I just think he's panic buying. When he got Havertz. I mean, Havertz is, to me, is playing better than Timo Werner. But I just feel
I
like
agree.
Frank Lampard, had all that money. He had all that money, and I just feel like I always say, it's all about chemistry. You could sign Messi. You could just sign Messi. It doesn't mean you're going to win everything. Doesn't mean you're going to win, because it's all about chemistry. It's all about the team. I mean, Leicester proved that, and I'll say that again. Leicester proved that a few years ago, 5,000 to 1 at the start of the season. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Timo. I mean, see how he does, even if he starts for Germany. Missed in a World Cup qualifier, didn't he, the other week? But just got to see if the German manager, the manager for Germany, has confidence for him in the Euros. But it's such a shame, because he was proven to be like a world class player. When he was with Leipzig, just hot property. Liverpool linked with him. It's just a shame to see, or something like that. Maybe it's just not liking the formation around him, they're into his style, something like that. Be interesting if Chelsea went to a 4-4-2. Maybe have another striker next to him. I don't know if they've done.
I don't think we will. I think we'll stick with.
I mean, you used to do that, didn't you? Back Drogba up front and another player, another striker next to him. I mean, that
No,
used...
it's 4-3-3 under
Was it?
Jose.
Was it?
Because
But
we had Makalele, and Makalele
Oh.
was in the CDM role. Well,
Well, there's a few more people, and we're going to go for who do you talk now? Who would you recommend to TC guys, or to Triple Captain guys, or save it for another week? Be with his, just probably save it. Unless you really want to go for it, just think, pull the trigger, go for Kane, Triple Captain him, just wait for the right moment, see if there's another double game that comes around the corner, like we're talking about, maybe